Hello everyone, it's me Lauren with Bold Notion Quilting. It has been a crazy month of travel and teaching and classes and everything, and I have about a week before I go to Atlanta and teach the sewing classes up in Atlanta. So I'm trying to get everything just kind of like reeling it all in back at the house. So I want to show you what we're working on and show you some new things on the website and just kind of give you an inside look at what's going on behind the scenes. So this bad boy has been on my quilt frame for over a month. That never happens. I have a quilt on the frame for a week and it's gone. So it's been tough doing the free motion quilting, but I'm so excited to finally finish this. This one's called, she said the block is called Virginia Reel. So for everyone who is looking to make this quilt, the block is called Virginia Reel. And it basically is a series of snail trails and some different block designs. Okay, so next we have I'm moving in a couple months. So we're moving from Florida to Texas. My husband's in the Coast Guard. And so in the next couple months, we should be closing on this house and opening on another one, hopefully, if things go well. You know how the housing market can go, especially with the election and everything coming up. So that's the goal. Once that's done, you'll notice my Free Motion Quilting 103 class is already on the website. However, there's no videos in it. They won't come out until the fall, but I just wanted to leave it up there in case people wanted to register early. But I need to have time for the move and then to film and edit and make sure that I don't quilt myself into a corner, so to say. With that said, I've got a list of classes I want to get online, and I really can't do that with the way that I'm working my schedule now. So I am going to be taking in about a third of the quilts that I normally take into quilt, and instead I'm going to focus more on the YouTube tutorials, on just pretty pictures on Instagram and online classes. So that way we can all do more of what we love, because I love being creative with the quilting, and I just really want to get into more of that and feel my way through the creative things that I really need to feel to be whole. So I'm going to be working on that. But with that said, I've got a really special surprise. We're going to do a whole cloth quilt challenge, which I'm really excited about. So basically, I can't change the frame. Let me change the camera here. Okay, y'all see these dyed panels here? There's a series of a couple of them, and what I did was, in this pink and blue colorway, this panel and this panel are dyed exactly the same way, but it gives you a different look. I've got a bunch of these panels, and so they're not identical. They are, the shapes are very similar. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a whole cloth quilt class with it. And so because the panel is very similar in the shapes and the outlines and different things, I'm not going to teach you how to quilt a specific area, but rather how to create and map out a whole cloth quilt design on a 22 by 22 inch ice dyed panel. I thought teaching the technique, I always feel like teaching the technique is more important than teaching to a project, because then you can take that technique and use it on other projects as well. But I'm really excited to be able to pair up with another local artist who does all of those ice dyed panels. I didn't do them myself. I ordered a bunch of them, and they will be on the website as soon as I put out that class. So just stay on lookout for it. You'll start to see a lot of pictures of the map out and the worksheets and different things popping up on Instagram and Facebook, but I'll probably get to that class first before I do the 103 class. So I'm so excited about all the things that are in my brain that I want to get out there and put out there. With that said, the new things on the new website. So yeah, the new website rolled out. It's amazing. It's a big deal. We tried to have y'all do a forgot password to log in so that your classes would then carry over, and then you wouldn't be left wanting because your classes weren't there, or for the next 8 months, I'm not dropping people into classes and making sure that all the classes pop up. So it was really important to me that we had some way that those classes would really carry over. Otherwise, I'd be spending a lot of time on the computer trying to filter all of that stuff out, because if you don't create an account, I have nothing to tie it to. So it's not like I could just spend a week and tie all of your stuff to your account. So just keep on trucking with the with logging in on the new website. If you're having any issues, don't hesitate to email me. But we've pretty much sorted out all of the random stuff, and now we're just kind of tweaking a few of the things that don't look quite right that I want to look a little bit different. But let's see some new stuff that's on the website. So check this out. And then of course we have all of the, not all of the new Dream Big colors, but we have a lot of them. I've started only getting colors that I really like. But some of these are just really too stunning not to have. So we've got some of the new colors, and this one is called Parrot. If you need thread color matches for any of the other panels, let me know. But this one is called Parrot, which I love that they're doing these really, really rich colors with like deeper hues. So Parrot's got this really pretty red orange into a like pastel yellow and then into greens and blues. And so we've got a color kit for Parrot, and that is tomato, you got lemon ice, you've got lagoon, and then you've got royal for the edges. Okay, so we've got a thread kit for that. And on the new website, when you find the Parrot kit, it's going to give you the option right next to it for the thread kit. So it's not like you have to search all over the site anymore to find stuff. It should all just be there. And vice versa, if you find the thread kit, the option for the panel should be there as well. So this is Parrot. I really, really like this colorway. This just screams Florida house to me. Okay. This one is called Rainbow. So some of the colorways seem kind of similar. Like this is the same yellow, it's like the same red, lightish yellow gold pool color as the last one that we just showed, the Parrot. And this one is called Rainbow. And so it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, right? But it's so much more than that, because the colors are kind of like secondary because they're not traditional for a rainbow. So we've got our purple with lilac in the middle, and this color, so I tried to pick colors that will blend best with your panel. It's not every single color that you see here. So this lilac purple should get you all the way to the centers where it starts to turn purple pink. And then this pink color should be able to take you all of these, the rest of this wreath panel here. And it'll even blend okay in some of the areas that are a little more red. And that's only a couple spots on the bottom half of the panel, or top half, depending on how you have it. And then we've got a buttercup color. So this is kind of like a golden yellow. And it's a good blendable mix that'll get you through 90% of this yellow area. And then pumpkin. So the pumpkin is great for any of the red areas that you need to fill, or any of the really deep orange areas that, again, when you're on the second half of the panel, really comes into play because this part of the panel is darker than the top part of the panel. And then you've got mermaid for your outer edges that'll really mix well between the green and the pool color on the edge. And this one again is called Rainbow. And I do have fabrics to match every single one of these panels. And again, on the website, when you go to the panel, the thread should be there, but there should also be fabrics that match each of the panel that'll pop up at the bottom that should say you might also like, and all of those were hand selected because they match these panels well, and they're all Moda Grunge fabrics. And then I got something exciting to show you when I'm done showing you these. So this one is called Zinnia, and it's very bright gold yellow into red hues, into pink, into purple. So this one has a pretty simple color palette. You've got your golden yellow, canary color, and that reads more of an orange yellow. Like when you pull it out and use it, it's more of an orange yellow. It looks very yellow here. And then you've got bronze for the orange. Mulberry, I love mulberry. It's such a warm purpley pink color. It really blends well. And so that's for your outer edges. And then you've got blossom for your bigger middle outer wreath. This one is called Zinnia, if you like zinnia. Then we've got Dragonfly. So on one hand, I really love that she's naming all of these panels, but on the other hand, she's got a leaf panel called Dragonfly too, so that's probably confusing for some people. I know when I'm pulling orders, I've mixed up plum and plum, and now I've got Dragonfly and Dragonfly, so we'll see how that works out. So this one goes from some very cool blue colors to some purple colors to some darker blue cool colors. So in the middle, we've got cloud, and then we've got light turquoise, which is a little bit darker for the edges and the outside, Also, you can do the light turquoise in the middle to really, this area right in here in the centers of all of these outside of this, it's all like a really rich, it's a richer version of this blue, which is why you have a darker hue of it here. And so if you accentuate some designs or some dense fillers in there, it's really going to draw in that color and really make it more vibrant and stand out. And then you've got amethyst, which is great for all your medium purples, and you've got haze for your darker purples around the outside, and it certainly will work in your corners, but you can also use the light turquoise in your corners as well for the blue. So if you're like me, a panel isn't enough. I don't like quilting just panels because I don't want a bunch of tiny little wall hanging quilts. And granted, this is not a tiny wall hanging, but I don't like having a bunch of wall hanging quilts. So for me, I like to make them bigger with borders. And I know you guys have been waiting a long time and it's still not ready yet, but I'm almost halfway done with it. And since I've started, that means I'm gonna finish, because y'all know me, I just gotta start. So if you want to make your panel more of a throw or a blanket, we're gonna have a new pattern coming out and it'll be in the next week or two. So you just gotta hang in there with me, because with all the traveling I've been doing and the new website, it's been really hard. But if you want to have, I think it ends up at 76 by 76, and I particularly liked the red, so we did a sample in the red. One of my friends was nice enough to take my idea and write me a base pattern, and now I'm going in and making it all very pretty and wordy and diagrams and all that stuff. So this is the Scarlet colorway, which y'all are used to. And then these are some of the grunge fabrics that really match it. Let me see if I can bring this back, because you're not going to be able to see all of this. Excuse my mess. I've got a lot of work going on at once. And so this is the pattern, and I'll put an image with the email so y'all can see this. But it's a really pretty take on a drunkard's path, and we just did kind of what I felt like looked kind of like a lattice or a fence or something behind it, but for me it looks like it's kind of floating into nothingness because we've got the darker color and the lighter color. It's so pretty. So I love this as a throw, or you could make it even bigger by putting another bigger black border and then a red border around it. You could have an 80 by 80 easy, because it's like 76 by 76. And so I have all of the templates that you need to do it, and they come with grip and everything, and you can get this with the pattern, or you can use, if you've got a 6-inch curve and really good piecing skills and you don't need these templates, and you could figure that out on your own as well. So with that said, let me show you something else that's big. So this pattern will be for the regular 42-inch panels, the regular size Dream Big panels. But if you are still into finding some bigger Dream Big panels, right? They now have 60-inch Dream Big panels. So they did those 108 runs, but they had a lot of problems with the printing. So they decided not to make them that big. But now you can get both Aurora and Opal in 60 inches. So they're already pretty big on their own, right? So this is Aurora, the deep purples and blues. And again, on the website, it'll have thread kits for all of the panels on the website. And then this one is Opal, just so you know which two I'm talking about. And they'll be specified on the website as 60 inches. Ooh, there's a pin in there. Let's not get stabbed. My son was helping me fold, and I had him pin post-it notes to tell me how many of each panel I had on it. So this one is Opal. It's like a pastel rainbow. And these are both starting out at 60 inches, and you could then put a border around it. Now the borders that I have are not for 60-inch panels, but that doesn't mean that in the next month or so I couldn't adapt it and figure it out for you. So stay on the lookout for that. But those are big things that are happening. And then let me just show you one other cool thing that I am excited about. That was loud. Okay, so we've always sold bobbins, and one thing that I'm really excited about, because I have always wanted to be able to buy bobbins like this, One, we've got a lot of really cool bobbin colors. We've got them in neutrals and funky colors, and we have them in the M or the L size, right? And you can get them by the jar, pre-packaged and with these nifty jars. And I love being able to recycle stuff like this and use the jars. But now you can also get them by the bobbin for specific colors. And a lot of those colors are just staple colors that we use all the time. Navy, black, cream, light tan, light gray, and like a dark lead gray type color. So those are kind of your staple colors. Now these bobbins are all 60 weight, the ones that are by the bobbin, which means you fit more yardage per bobbin than you would if it were a 40 weight. And all of the colors in the jars are 40 weight. All of the by the bobbins are 60 weight. So if you needed just 5 more bobbins for your project, you could add that to your order and buy 5 bobbins. Or, you know, if you wanted, instead of getting a jar of 10 bobbins, you know you're going to need 15 for your project, you buy 15 M-size bobbins for your project. So I really love that you can get them by the bobbin. And then something that's really exciting for me, because this is a new product for us and sit-down quilters have been asking for a while, we've got bobbins for domestic machines, but only for the class 15 or 15A. So I'm pretty sure that these are also, these are for domestic. They come with plastic sides. And we've got them in gray, white, and black. So those are colors that we have for that. But I'm really excited to be able to do something like that because I've been wanting to do something like that for a while. So I think that by the bobbin is pretty fun. And on top of that, we've also got different shipping options. So you'll notice that there's a priority shipping option, or you can now get first class shipping. So you can, you know, pay $3 or $4 for shipping instead of $6 or $7 for shipping if you're willing to wait an extra day or two to get your stuff. So I'm really excited. There's a lot going on. Oh, and then last, we have variegated threads now. So we had the mini cones before of variegated threads. So they come in 1,000 meters. They're a glide trilobal polyester, and they've got 1-inch repeats for the thread color, which means that you get a lot of really pretty color when you're quilting. And you can get them now in the mini or the king size because lots of people have been asking for the king size cones. And we now carry a couple of those, and we have them in probably 10 or 15 different variations of colors in blues, pinks, oranges, reds, greens. So take a look around the site and see what's up. And then there'll be some pretty cool new things coming in the summer after we've already moved. But for now, we've got some really neat products and some new products, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. So take a look around the site and let me know if you have any questions, and happy quilting!